friends, guests, and adventurers of all ages. Tonight's show is for the brave, the fearless, and the dangerously curious. Witness feats of strength, daring acrobatics, and mystifying magic. Get ready to have the most astounding night of your life. Welcome to the Circus of Wayward Wonders. Welcome to Roll for Combat, Three-Ring Adventure.
Hey everyone, welcome to Roll for Combat 3-Ring Adventure. I'm your GM and host, Stephen Glicker, and in this week's episode, the PCs encounter their nemesis, their arch enemy, their evil twin, Mistress Dusklight. Dun dun dun! So one thing I wanted to note is that this encounter with Mistress Dusklight is not in the book. I couldn't believe it. I actually was reading the book and I realized something is that, hey, you know what? They never encounter Mistress Dusklight throughout this book. Why is she the main bad guy? I mean, they allude to it a lot and they talk about it all the time and they say how evil she is and all these terrible things she does, but they never actually see her. So I decided, you know what? I gotta add an encounter. So I actually made this mistake once before. In Iron Gods, there's a part in, I believe it was book 2, where there's a big bad that was controlling everything that happened in book 1 and in book 2, but that big bad never showed up until the end of book 2 when you were fighting it and defeating it. And it sort of was anticlimactic, like, oh, by the way, I'm the person responsible for everything you've encountered in these last 2 books. I'm so evil, ah ha ha ha, oh, you defeated me, and I'm gone. And that was it. There was no build-up, there was no anticipation, there was nothing. The big bad just showed up, they were like, who are you? Oh, you're the big bad that's been responsible for this stuff? Okay, let me fight you, kill you, and it's over. No. I learned my lesson. And that's one thing these adventure paths are not good at. They're not at bringing the bad guys out and having them encounter the PCs. That's something you really got to do yourself. And I realized I needed a point in time in where the PCs were kind of at their weakest and that they were very vulnerable. And this is a great time for the actual Mistress Dusklight to show up, for everyone to see who she is, how powerful she is, and what they have in store for them, because she does not fool around. I actually don't even know what they're going to do, because there's sometimes like you play these games and okay, the PCs are level 5 and the bad guy is level 8, and yeah, they'll eventually get strong enough to beat up the bad guy. I hate to break it to you, Mistress Dusklight, she is, well, let's see, the characters are currently, level 6, I believe, and Mistress Dusklight is in the teens. So she would be able to kill them all just by flicking her pinky. She is so far ahead of them in levels that it's not even a contest. In fact, I'm sure this entire camp could attack her, and unless they hit crits and did unbelievably lucky damage, that was the only way possible to bring her down. She is just way too powerful. And in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, a monster that is 2 levels above you, the way the math works out, is very hard, if not nearly impossible. It's almost impossible to actually bring down someone who's 2 levels above you. 3, it pretty much is. It's just the way the math works out. It's pretty much impossible. So someone who is 5+ levels above you, you have no chance. There is not even a sliver of a chance. Not even if you tried every single thing you had in your arsenal, the math doesn't allow you to actually beat that person. It is impossible. Okay, I think I've said the word impossible too many times. Anyhow, you're going to get the gist. And I wanted to bring that out. I wanted to make sure they understood what they were up against. That when they want to ever encounter her or deal with her or talk to her in any way, shape, or form, that she isn't just some nuisance. It's that she's someone who can absolutely destroy them without even thinking about it. And how on earth are they going to deal with that? And that brings me to the other reason why I made sure they encountered her, because if they ever do try to deal with her, they're going to have to think about this hard, and they're going to have to figure out how to deal with someone who's so much higher level than us that even using the utmost brute force will not work. They're going to have to think outside the box. And again, this is a good reason why you do a little preview so they realize, okay, I need to know what I'm up against. And obviously movies do this all the time. I mean, movies do this for the audience. So the audience realized what the good guys are up against. But in this case, the PCs themselves, yeah, they all have history with Mistress Dusklight, but they've never met her. Not in a game point of view. They don't know what they're up against. So this is another reason why you want to make sure that you introduce the big bad at least once, if not twice. There's an old saying that comedy comes in threes. Well, in reality, everything good comes in threes. This is actually very well known. You can look it up. There's a million things written on this. It's this magic number 3. So you want to try to have the big bad appear at least 2 more times before they finally confront them. And if you notice, watch this more in movies, you'll see this happens a lot. The PCs or the good guys will see the big bad once, and then they'll see them again, and then the third time is when they'll encounter them and then fight them. And again, this is just a trope that's been around forever. There's a lot of reasons behind it, and it works. So you might as well use what works. So this is the, quote, first time they're encountering Mistress Dusklight. And the first time is always the most powerful. That's the one where you want to show just what you're up against, how much trouble you're in, and get across the gravitas of what they're going to have to eventually encounter at one point in time. As for the second time you encounter the big bad, usually that's when something goes wrong. It's usually when the big bad gets ahead of them. For example, if there's a race, and then the big bad's now ahead of them in the race when they thought the big bad was behind them, or the big bad is like starting down a countdown, or something terrible where they realize, okay, the big bad has started their plan. It's like the first encounter is an introduction, the second encounter is, okay, their plan or their nefarious action are in motion, and the PCs are behind and they need to catch up and stop them. And then the third time is usually the big encounter where the PCs and the big bad meet and there has to be an end to it. Anyhow, I went on way too long, but I was just trying to give you the reasoning why I did this, what I'm thinking, how you can work this into your game if you're going to do something like this. Again, if you have a big bad or some big enemy in your game, make sure the PCs see that person. Don't do what I did in Iron Gods and just introduce them in the fight and they realized, oh, who is that person? Okay, bye. And that was it. Anyhow, with that, let's get to this week's show notes. So the RPG Superstar book, it's coming along great. We finally finished up the write-ups for all the art assets. We only have about 20% of the monsters left to be done. So in a few more weeks, we should have all the monsters drawn, all of them edited by the end of the month, this being March 2021. So by the end of this month, all the monsters should be more or less ready. We're then going to do layout, and then we have other sections of the book that are also being worked on. Unfortunately, I do need to get art assets for those as well, but we are moving along, and we're doing a really great job. I am very excited. Now the book is finally coming together. It's very exciting when we start to see the layout. I'm talking to printers, and things are happening. Also, don't forget, check out Patreon if you want to get the shows early or watch us live. You can go to patreon.rollforcombat.com for as little as $5. You can get the shows live. You can get stickers that we send out through Patreon, and you get the shows early. You get a whole bunch of things for $5. That's it. It's really great. And also, don't forget, discord.rollforcombat.com, where you two could talk to us, check out spoilers, see pictures of everything, see pictures of all the guys you're encountering in today's episode, see maps for everything so you can follow along. If If you have any questions, you can always ask me questions. I'll always answer them. If you want to know what's going on in the podcast, if you want to know what happened in a specific episode, just go ahead, ask me, ask the cast members. We're on there all the time. Discord.rollforcombat.com. But with that, let's get to this week's exciting episode. You're all having a good time making fun of Darius. Hap and Riley are in their corner tisk-tissing. Atron is secretly thinking, I gotta get some notes from this guy. Something happens. A hush comes over the scene as in strolls Mistress Dusklight herself.
Oh, no.
What? No.
Mistress Dusklight casually walks into the
I always
campus.
forget that she's a catfolk.
Lauren Sake is playing Hap, the Starlight Sparrow, a human fire elementalist sorcerer.
She very quietly, very casually walks into the middle of your party. To the left and the right of her are... Now, you know these people? There are two enormous hill giants, brothers, Creel and Pitkin. They are dressed up like clowns, although they, as you know, are the most brutal clowns you've ever seen.
Hill giants.
They are hill giants. They make Darius look like a small fry. They are striding in with her. 12 feet tall, walls of muscle, taking up 10 by 10 spaces. Gigantic. Next to Mistress Dusklight is her lover, the young Azmir Mazarel. You know about Mazarel. Mazarel's been in the circus as long as you have. He is a devout follower of Shaylin. He joined the Celestial Menagerie as a teenager after Mistress Dusklight convinced him to leave home and travel with the circus. And it didn't take him long to fall completely in love with her. And you know that he is 150% committed to her and will do anything she asks of him and is beyond brainwashed or completely in love, you're not quite sure, with her.
Same thing.
I'm going to immediately snap my fingers. Riley.
We're not even done yet.
Yeah, I know, but this needs to happen like now. I'm going to snap my fingers. Riley. Dad. And give him a command. The command is Dad.
So, by the way, these are the pictures of what they look like. Mazarel is striking, a champion in shining gold armor. And since they're at Azmir, they are white-skinned, white eyes, white hair, 6'6", just gleaming of powerful goodness, which makes it even the more disgusting as you see this person and you think, why? Why is he always with her? And of course, your good old friend, Dalamar, is there as well.
Dalamar. Rob Termarco is playing Darius Varus, Darius's Daring Destructions, a half-elf monk of the mountain style.
As she walks in, she looks around, and there's a big old hush. I heard you had a successful circus last night, and I just wanted to be the first ones to congratulate you on putting on such a successful show, considering the meager accommodations and performers you have here. I'm surprised it went as well as it did. Oh, look at what we have here. She's looking over at Darius, who is not in any shape to deal with this right now. It's like covered in water, drained, obviously, and you can see like the colors out of his eyes. His muscles are sagging. He's had a very long day. Says, "Oh, Darius, how much you've fallen. I remember you as such a mighty young man who had such potential, but look at you now. A little too much partying in town, perhaps? You should really pace yourselves." And then he looks over and he sees Alhara. He says, and Alhara, of course, is still, like, sickened. It's like, oh, Alhara doesn't look much better than her big brother. You really should lay off the booze. Your delicate constitution can't handle much after all you've been through over the years. Oh, Hap!
Hap is hiding.
Oh, she still sees you with those cat eyes of hers.
No!
Hap, how you've grown up. I see you're coming into your own. You might have some promise. Oh, Professor! And the professor quickly walks up to Mistress
Yeah, Riley
Dusklight.
was trying to drag him over.
He comes over and he's like, Mistress Dusklight. Of course, we would have invited you, but I didn't think you'd want to come see the show. Or, if you did, you would have showed up. Welcome to the Circus of Wayward Wonders. You, of course, are welcome any time, as we bear no grudges. Mistress Dusklight just looks him up and down and says, I would have expected more from you. But I guess you wanted to run away with this ragtag gang. No matter. And she continues to go through and belittle each and every person in the circus as they all know her. She completely ignores Ataran because she doesn't know who the hell he is.
Yeah, Ataran is glaring at her, and I would love to use my intimidating glare feat.
Rob Pontius is playing Ataran, Uncanny Ataran's cauldron of curious concoctions, a human witch of curses.
Oh, go right ahead. I warn you, if you cast or try anything on her, she can retaliate, and she is way outside your league.
I'm not casting, but I think it makes sense that Ataran's glaring at her.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She continues to look around, belittling each one of you. She looks over to Atron.
27
Not
versus
bad.
their will DC.
Not bad. I actually have to look up her will DC. Will DC. Nope. Not even.
What is it, like
close.
45 or something?
Some giant number, I'm sure.
The 27 is almost her base. I'll leave it at that.
Wow. Well, either way, Ataran's glaring at
It
her.
was a good glare. Even I was intimidated.
Mm-hmm.
I figured that's what Ataran's doing with all they've heard.
As she continues to walk around, and she's just casually walking around, the two hill giants and her lover are flanking her. These hill giants, they are just scary as hell. They are carrying around these wooden mallets, which they use in their act. Each wooden mallet is like 9 feet tall and could crush any one of you. And as they're walking, they're literally just stepping on everyone's food, on their plates. They're not even, excusing anyone.
Whoa,
They're just
what
like
dicks.
walking right through. It's like those people who walk through your like your blanket on the beach. They're just walking through everyone's stuff. Like they own the place.
Like, is there any point when, she kind of pauses insulting people when Darius can say, well, for such a circus where you had such low expectations, I'm glad you felt threatened enough to come and say hi.
She has a big old smile on her face. A cat-like grin, if you will.
Oh, if you will.
She looks over to Darius and says, funny you should say that. I just came over to tell you that you can have Escadar, as we're leaving in the near future. We're heading over to Absalom. You probably heard something called the Radiant Festival. Oh, that's right. You probably haven't, as your plebes. Well, let me tell you about it. It's a once-in-a-century festival in where only the best, the brightest, and the most talented people attend. So, of course, I'm going to be moving my circus to Absalom permanently, so you can have this Escadar to yourselves, as we don't need it anymore.
Can Alhara roll circus lore?
Vanessa Hoskins is playing Alhara Varys, the amazingly agile Alhara, a half-elf gymnast swashbuckler.
Yes.
I basically want to try to... She racks her brain trying to figure out if there's any way that, like, they might have been able to trick themselves into this thing, because she doesn't believe that they just got into this festival. 27.
Well, keep in mind your father literally just told you about this earlier in the day.
But she's acting like we don't even know what it is, and so I want to at least at a minimum one up her to be like, oh well, blah blah blah. Well, obviously you were able to bribe such and such official to get you approved, like something about it to show that Alhara, like, she knows all about it.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. This is the truth. They haven't actually had the festival in 200 years because the last time they were supposed to have the festival, Eridan died. And no one felt much like having a party. So in fact, it's 201 years since the last festival because it was supposed to happen literally when Eridan died. So they have been desperate to get as many acts and people to the festival as possible. And in fact, if you had probably a little bit more clout and power and timing, because it is all the way in Absalom, you probably could have even attended yourself. But you do know that she has been around a long time, that she has been a permanent resident of Escadar for a good 15 plus years, and definitely has the clout and the history to attend and get into this festival without even having to bribe anyone. I hate to tell you that. So I don't think you can really use anything on her other than grimace and think, damn it. She probably is making it to the big leagues. So, well, the good news in the back of your mind, though, is, well, at least we won't have any competition in a couple of weeks. But you also know that for the next couple of weeks, she's probably going to do everything in her power to make your lives a living hell. So anyhow, she continues to walk around looking at this, and she's like, oh, you have such a lovely little plot of land here. So close to caves. I wonder what's in those caves.
There's nothing in those caves.
You know, we lost a couple of acts recently. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Of course I do.
I know that if they're not working for you willingly, then you have no right to force them in to perform for you.
It seems you're bleeding acts. Maybe you're not all you cracked up to be. Or
I'm going to cast a spell.
Oh, what you used to be. Don't do it.
I'm casting a spell.
So Darius will get out. Your circus is bleeding acts. Looking around you, do you recognize anybody? You probably do.
She looks around. She's like, oh, Avis, I expected better of you. But you're young. You're new. You were only with us for a little while. I'm sure you'll sow your wild oats, get this out of your system, and then come to Absalom. We'll welcome you back with open arms. Oh, Jellicoe. Jellicoe. And you know Jellicoe's actually been with the circus. Not for a long time, because Jellicoe wasn't there directly when you were there. But obviously, the professor knew of Jellicoe, and he had a reputation. And Mistress Dusklight looks over to Jellicoe and says, you know, I didn't expect this of you. I would have thought you would have had a little bit of professional courtesy and come back, or at least give me a chance to counter their offer. But I hear you wish to become a clown. Well, a clown you will become. And she casts a spell.
Can't we do anything about it?
You could identify it.
You can.
She casts a spell on to Jellicoe. He starts to contort, and his body changes. And his hands and his feet become oversized and awkward. And he becomes incredibly uncoordinated, as if he was wearing oversized gloves and shoes. And whenever he moves, there's like squeaking and honking and all these ridiculous sounds coming out of him.
All right, I want to cast my spell.
Can I identify?
Yes, Acheron knows what this is, and Acheron is horrified. This is a uncommon spell, a horrible spell, level 4 spell called Clownish Curse.
What?
If you do not succeed, you become a clown. If you fail your will saving throw, and if you critically fail it, the effect of being a clown is permanent.
Which means it's probably a curse.
It is a curse. That is correct. What is your spell, Hap?
So Hap just like looks at Riley and like the verbal components of the spell are just like some woofs and some ruffs as I guess speak with animals. And then I tell Riley, hey, I need you to go warn your friend in the cave that Mistress Dusklight is here and that he needs to get out of here. And you need to be stealthy about it, okay? Be safe, buddy. Go save him.
Okay. You are able to successfully do that as she was busy casting Clownish Curse on poor Jellicoe Bounce, who might now be a clown for the rest of his life. She just sees Jellicoe horrified as everything he's doing is making these ridiculous sounds, and he's like, and he's like screaming, and it's all these horrible like cartoon sounds and silliness, and it's this horrible scene of a man in complete pain and agony, yet being funny and clownish at the same time. And Mistress Dusklight and the Hill Trolls and Dalmar are laughing and laughing at this.
That's enough. Turn it off. He's suffered enough.
Why are you hurting him?
Oh, you're so cruel.
He hurt himself. He knew the rules. He broke his contract. That's the breaks.
He was possessed, and now he is freed. So your contract is null and void. It has nothing to do with him.
Know nothing about what you're talking about. He himself signed the contract. It's his name on it. If you can break the curse, feel free.
I think Ataran will look at the boyfriend. Is this enchantment or is it necromancy? The spell.
Uncommon, attack, curse, enchantment, mental, misfortune.
Alright. And Ataran will say, does Shellen normally approve of such curses?
Shellen approves of pretty things, of making beautiful art in the world. This is not beautiful.
Mazrael looks at you and says, I know not who you are, but if Mistress Dusklight said that he broke the contract, and this was part of the contract, then it is just, and he got what he deserved, and I believe her.
No, this isn't right. You can't just do this to somebody. If it's part of the contract, then where is it? I don't trust anything this person does.
Delmar walks up to you, whips out a piece of paper, and sure enough, there is Jellicoe's contract with his signature on it. And he just looks at you with a big old smile on his face and says, oh, you can keep that one. And if you wish, bring it up with the constable. I'm sure she'll take our side, as she always does.
That's why we got a better tax rate than you, right?
Tax rate? They all laugh. We're all laughing. Oh, please. They pay us to stay here. We don't pay taxes. They pay us. Who do you think brings in the crowds? Brings in the people, brings in the tourists. Why, by leaving, we're going to create a huge hole in their economy. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to give us, I don't know, a couple 100,000 gold just to stay.
Then leave. What are you still doing here?
Oh, don't worry. We'll be leaving soon enough. And with that, he walks back. Mr. Dusklight looks around. She goes, well, I think I've seen enough. Well, have fun with your ragtag little show. I'm sure you'll be able to entertain these rubes while we're gone. Oh, but then again, maybe not. I doubt they'll put up with your so-called show for more than a few weeks before they become bored with it. Come, let's go back to the proper circus.
Yeah, she's got to say, those are the game mechanics. Like, we can't change that.
Right, sure.
Oh my gosh.
And don't think it hasn't been a little slice of heaven, because it hasn't.
And then, of course, she walks off. Everyone is horrified. Everyone is terrified. You see, Jellicoe is literally, as he's walking around, is like, honking, like all these sounds are coming from him.
Come
And
on,
he's, like,
Jellicoe, let's get you back to the cart. Come on.
Completely
Oh.
uncoordinated.
I thought I didn't like him before.
Come on, let's get you back to the cart. I'm going to rush Jellicoe
Now it's
to his
just
cart.
sad.
Poor Jellicoe. Jellicoe has had the worst story arc of everybody in this book.
It's really just kind of pathetic.
Ataran will try to get Hap's
love it.
attention as she's going to run off and like gesture towards them.
I'm taking him to his cart. I'll be there in a minute.
Okay.
Come on, Jellicoe, let's get you out of here.
I think, yeah, I mean, Ataran I felt was glaring because they're all about the evil eye and glaring, and now they even have the skill feat for it, but I figured the only person that they might try to reason with was a priest of Shellin or champion or whatever, so.
Yeah, he's a champion. You don't know anything about him.
Right.
The other people do, and he is just smitten with her.
He drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah,
Yep.
he drank the Kool-Aid, and he's imposing. I mean, he's in, like, yes, the Hill Giants are imposing.
I have such a joke,
yes,
but it's not
Delmar
appropriate.
is imposing, but in a weird way, having this Azamar, like, beautiful human being in shining gold armor who's like the living embodiment of good, following her around is horrifying.
It's pretty terrible, honestly.
It's an abomination.
Anyhow, that was fun. That's kind of put a damper on the mood.
Yeah.
Remember when I said we need a scroll of remove curse, and we're like, nah, we don't do that yet.
It's way too expensive.
Time to get
Well,
one.
we're gonna have to find the money for it now.
Does Hap come back to Ataran?
Yeah, if Jellicoe, if I was able to get him in his cart and I got the door closed and like got him like left alone so he can try and
Definitely.
preserve some dignity,
Yeah,
then I'll go
definitely.
back and. All right, Otteron.
Do I know how long that spell would last if it's a normal failure?
1 hour.
So Ataran would say to Hap, we need to know if that persists longer than an hour. If it does, then it is permanent. Otherwise, it will fade within 60 minutes.
I'll keep an eye on him. I'll go check on him. Oh gosh, I'm not going to be able to sleep. I'll go check on him a little bit later. But for now, if you all don't see me in about 5 minutes, come find me, and I'll go into the woods.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
I'm just going to go find Riley and his buddy with the V name that I thought I had written down, but I can't find.
Kalakek.
Kalakek. Why do I keep thinking it starts with a V?
I don't know, not you.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Kalakek.
You go to Kalakek's cave. Riley and Kalakek are there. Kalakek looks pissed.
She's gone. She left. I'm so sorry. She showed up unexpectedly, and I got so worried for you.
You're lucky your little wolf here and I get along so well. If it wasn't for him, I'd be halfway through this circus, tearing you all apart for not upholding your part of the deal. You told me she would never come around here, that she wouldn't find me.
Well, she didn't come to your cave, and she didn't find you, so maybe we upheld her deal. In fact, we've got one better. She's leaving town altogether. She'll never bother you again.
Explain.
Well, she's going to the big festival in Absalom. And she's, I guess, going to stay in Absalom. She said we can have Escadar. I don't think she wants to come back.
He's like, he's saying that, he's thinking to himself, and you can tell there's a lot of emotions going on in his mind. He says, she left, right?
Well, she left our camp after brutally cursing one of my friends.
But she's gone, right?
Well, for the moment, I can't promise she won't come back. But she will leave town, I can tell you that.
Fine. No one comes into the cave. Riley's the only one you can send in. I'm gonna set up traps and other uncomfortable elements so that if anyone else other than those with extrasensory perceptions, such as a wolf, will be horribly maimed, I strongly advise you
Okay,
all
okay,
leave my
Kalkek.
cave
We were already
alone.
leaving you alone. It's fine. I just wanted to
Don't
give you
belittle
fair
me,
warning.
little girl. I am still talking here. Okay, you may go.
Okay, thank you. Come on, Riley. Calkick, did we bring you any food tonight? I'll go get you. Oh, okay, good. I wanted to make sure we fed you. All right, I'll see you later, buddy. Come on, Riley.
Not your buddy.
But he kind of is. He just doesn't want to admit it.
No, he's not. He's literally putting up with you because of Riley. If Riley actually changed the whole dynamic of how this was gonna get rolled, I was not gonna play this out to like this, but I like it. I like it when things happen the way I don't expect them to.
This is because Hap is so naive and innocent and makes friends everywhere she goes. That's what's happening.
That's right.
That's
right. Lauren is so naive and innocent and makes friends everywhere she goes.
That's actually very true.
Okay. Everyone's shaken up. Jellicoe's in the cabin. It's probably like 1:30 in the morning, 2 in the morning. Alhara and Darius are in really bad shape. Atron didn't like any of that. Hap obviously was concerned about Kalakek killing everyone.
That's not what I was concerned about. I didn't want her to go get Kalkak. I didn't want anything to happen to him.
It's true. Probably would have been the other way around, though I think about it. The professor.
Although if we could get him to help us in the fight, we might.
Yeah,
I was trying to
that would've been
protect Kalkak.
No, cart before horse. We'll see if we get there. Professor looks around and says, all right, everybody calm down. We knew this was going to happen. We knew she was going to show up sooner or later. Of course, she showed up right as everyone was having a good time. Everyone was relaxed. This shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. But she can't do anything without provoking the law. We have a contract to be here. The town knows we're here. People can't suddenly start disappearing. Everyone relax. Everyone, let's just clean up, get a good night's sleep, and just go back to doing our job tomorrow. Sounds like she's going to be gone in a few weeks anyhow, so let's just do our best, put on some good shows, and hopefully we can kick her out of town and maybe even get a couple of new acts in case a couple people don't want to go to Absalom. Let's look at it on the bright side. And everyone's looking and going, oh yeah, that's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. It's like, look, we already got Avarice right here. Look at him. He didn't want to be in the circus with her anymore. He didn't want to go to Absalom, so now he's joined us. I'm sure there's few more that would be happy to come join our circus. So think of it that way. Don't let her scare you.
Dad, can I talk to them too?
Sure, Hap. What do you want to say?
All right, everybody, listen up. We're a family, and we stick together through thick and thin and hard times. We can always count on each other to take care of our own. I'd like to ask us all that if you can spare whatever coin you have, even the littlest bit, to pool it up, we can buy some help for Jellicoe in town. Anything. If everybody just donated a gold piece, we could probably free him of this curse.
What curse is that, Hap? People are asking us like, what happened? We saw it was what happened. They were all a little confused because they don't know what happened. Like,
oh, they weren't there. They didn't see all that.
No, they saw it, but the only one who actually knows what happened is Atron. To them, they just saw this person get uncoordinated and making weird sounds.
Oh, I thought you said like his feet literally grew.
They did, but they don't know anything what happened.
Oh, well then I don't know that he's been cursed either. Right?
Well, you know because you and Atron have been talking.
Oh,
okay. The people who know what happened is exactly Hap and Atron, and that's it.
Okay. If I didn't realize that this wasn't like super apparent to everybody, I thought he was walking around.
I thought he was transformed into some sort of mockery.
He is transformed into sort of like, he looks like himself.
Yeah, I thought so too.
No, he looks like himself. His hands just look a little bigger.
Like this is an obvious effect. They know magic was done, right?
Right. That's all they know, though. And he's making sounds.
That's all they need to know.
Okay.
Oh, what? No.
But someone literally asked. It's just, but what happened? We just saw him. Like, he's like, was he being silly or was that a spell? Like, what was he cursed? Like, people are like, they just don't know.
Tell them about the spell.
Atron's at the door of their cabin.
Audran, come back. Tell them about the spell.
No, I cannot leave the cabin right now. But, yes, it was a curse that gives one clownish behavior and features. And, well, has it been over an hour?
Not yet.
It might be permanent. We will have to see once an hour has passed.
And tomorrow, if he doesn't wake up and is right as rain, he'll need everyone's help. Also, don't go near the cave. It's got a bunch of traps on it now.
Yes,
Well, they
not
already
just
know
a
them to stay
terrifying
away.
beast, but also a bunch of traps.
He's not really that bad once you get to know him. But stay away from him, because he could eat you.
So Hap knows, and so does Acheron. This will probably cost about 40 gold pieces for Remove Curse. You have more than enough in the kitty for the actual circus itself.
Where are you getting 40, Steve?
It's a
won't
fourth.
it be 70?
Isn't it a 4th level spell?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, to get someone to cast it is 40?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So
Oh.
scroll's more extensive than the... Okay.
Yeah, spell casting, having a spell cast for you requires finding someone. And, well, if it's an uncommon spell, it's 100% more. And if they take more than a minute, they're 25% more. But it's usually only 40. It's not that expensive to have someone... You know lots of people who can cast the spell in this town.
Yeah,
You actually
yeah.
know those. You know those priests, you know the monks. You have a lot of friends who can cast the spell. That won't be a problem. So it won't be as expensive. Plus, it's a 4th level spell.
Yeah, but
So I don't think any of you can cast it yet.
it casts 10. It's a 10-minute cast though, so it will be the 25% more. So it'll be like $50.
Okay, so 50 gold. You know, maybe they'll give you a discount since you're friendly with them, and they are getting to check your unmentionables, your undies, if you.
That
will.
also
it's-
depends if they critically failed or not. But
Yeah.
it's starting
Yeah.
to sound like they did.
And it's a literal waste of the party's money, because if you spend 50 gold to remove like a curse from a player character, you know, you're helping the party. You're gonna win more fights because of that. This is literally us throwing money away on an NPC, but I still think we need to do it
Mhm.
because we're good people.
And
Well,
not
let's
like
see.
an NPC we even like.
I like Jellico. He's a nice guy.
Well, the
Well,
circus.
you like Jellico.
The circus is 47.5 gold in its kitty because you bought that huge tent. So
Mhm.
that's what you got left. The party has 5 gold pieces, 4 silver, 1 copper, after buying all those scrolls from the other day.
We have 38.6 gold.
How do you have that? I don't have 38.6.
Yeah. You had 37.6. I have 38.6.
But then you bought scrolls of
That was
remove-
before the scrolls. Or we had more before the scrolls. This is what we had after the scrolls. 37.6. Well, 37.6 to you, 38.6 to me. We had more before we bought the scrolls.
This is my favorite part.
It's a good thing it's your favorite part because you're going to be doing this the whole. We're going to do this whole session.
When we
got
bought
another hour and a half of this.
Yeah, when we bought scrolls, we had 114.6. Then we bought a bunch of stuff, and now we have 38.6 left.
I really wanted to go get in the first fight of the dungeon.
All right. Whatever. You decide. You decide how you want to handle this.
How much time do we have before this thing might be permanent? Do we have a day or two?
It's an hour.
It's just an hour.
Oh, we have an hour to go buy something and cast something on him?
No,
We have an
no.
hour before we find out if it's permanent.
Oh. Well,
You have just enough within yourselves and the circus funds to probably get someone to cast the spell. Remove Curse is a 4th level spell, so it's going to probably cost somewhere between 40 and 50 gold pieces for someone to cast it. It costs more if you buy the scroll, but I don't even know if Atron can do it.
No.
Yeah, because it's 4th level. So, and good thing is, you know a lot of people. You know the monks. You know a lot of people. You've been here. You got connections. You'll be able to find someone. That's not a problem. That's the good news. And it's a pretty high level, city. So, and Remove Curse, kind of a popular spell, if I have to say so, because there's a lot of fighting in this town. It's kind of a rough place. So,
Random
it's kind of
people
like,
slinging curses left and right. What is this,
you can just go to Curses Are Us. It's like, oh, you come in with a curse, come out with a popsicle. There you go. Everyone wins.
Curse you.
I mean,
So,
there is... I mean, I don't know if they'll do it. Those individuals researching your background app. Maybe, I don't know, we can talk to them. They were very curious to have more access to you. Is that something you would be willing to do? I don't know.
Are you saying maybe
Give
I
the-
let them have the hair and they'll do the service for us?
Maybe,
I could do that.
but that's up to you.
So an hour goes by, and Jellicoe is still a clown. Not the clown of Jellicoe, but the permanent clown of Jellicoe.
Okay.
So he critically failed, and now he's a clown for the rest of his life.
No, he's not.
And he's crying. He's like crying, and as he's crying, you're hearing honk, honk. He's like blowing his nose, and you're like, "Oh, it's so sad." And
His
funny
tears
at the
do
same
like
time.
anime rainbows off of his eyes.
You're like, "This is terrible." Yet I can't stop laughing.
It's okay, buddy. Just stay in here. You don't have to go out, and we're gonna go get help in the morning. Okay?
Okay, honk. Okay, honk.
All right. I'm gonna shut the door.
Oh my gosh.
And then I'm gonna shut the door. I'm gonna turn around, and then I'm just gonna die of laughter. 'Cause it's-
Vanessa, think of all the emotions it's gone through. Yeah, I hate him. I put up with him. Now I feel sorry for the guy.
But still hate
No,
him.
I still kind of hate him, actually.
Oh, come on! I gotta try harder. You're gonna make me. If you don't come around, I'm gonna keep on. I'm gonna keep it up. I'm gonna keep up. He's gonna become your. He's gonna become
Oh,
your partner.
no.
He's gonna help you out in the
Partner?
act. That's right.
Oh no.
Oh yes.
I
I'll try and
don't-
cast polymorph.
What have I done? Why? Why me?
Why you?
You're lucky you didn't get hit with Clownish Curse.
That would have
I am so lucky I didn't get hit with Clownish Curse.
Do a
I
will
would have
save.
been
Let's see
really
what happens.
upset.
Let's do a will save on you.
We
just to
still
see.
could. We're gonna have to fight her sooner or later.
Oh gosh.
Oops, that's wrong.
Let's get a protection against curse or something.
Oh, that would have been a permanent. Oh, look at that. You would have been permanently turned into a clown. Wonk, wonk, wonk. He's like, here, look at my stuff. Wonk, 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 wonk. So, this is what you know. An hour has gone by. Jellicoe is permanently cursed unless you figure out a way to remove the curse. You could probably go in town the next morning. Plus, Darius is drained, and it's going to take at least 1 or 2 nights of solid rest for him to become undrained, if you know what I mean. Alhara should be fit as a fiddle by tomorrow. So, if you're going to be going to that Moonstone Hall, it ain't going to be... Probably doesn't look like it's going to be tomorrow. It looks like it might be in 2 days. But soon
Maybe it
enough.
would be worth waiting a couple days. Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, we can always go talk to the monks.
All of a sudden, we're not rushing into combat. Atron's like, "Oh, what did I do to deserve this?" Oh, they got drunk.
There, you're like, hey, tomorrow we're gonna have all these plans. We're gonna get up. We're gonna go into the Moonstone Hall. Everyone comes
For
home.
once, Atron's ready, and everyone's like,
They're
"No,
drunk.
not yet."
Hap has to go into town and get some curse removed.
They're like, yeah, no,
Darius
we
is still
can't go.
drained.
There's too much going on.
And I still think we should try and get some help from the rest of the circus members, because that's a big hit. That's like, that wipes out our circus savings, you know?
Well, we'll see what the monks say. The people said, they'll chip in, but you have to remember that a lot of these people, they get paid. They ain't adventuring on the side like other people. And they
have
don't
a
have that
wage.
much in terms of gold.
No, I know,
So-
but if
yeah.
they all throw in like a silver piece, that still helps, you know?
Atron actually, like that next morning, would say, "Do you really plan to use that staff?"
Now that Magic Fang has been unnerfed, yes, all the time.
Oh, okay. Never mind. How was it unnerfed? Did I miss something?
It now can target creatures that have 2 dice worth of damage, but they won't get the striking effect. So if I put it on Riley, he'll get +1 and he'll be magic attacks, but he won't get the extra damage.
Oh, cool. All right.
No, you
Sorry.
get striking too.
I did not know that.
It doesn't. It only increases the damage dice if they had 1 dice.
Right,
So-
right. If they won.
Yeah,
So-
and he's got
But
2,
it's still
so he
5%
can't.
increase. Not
Oh, I
terrible.
meant to say this. So everybody read the etc. The
The errata.
errata.
The new errata, yeah.
I don't know why. It's like whenever I saw the errata, it seemed to be only like 1 page long. Maybe they updated and never said.
They must have been adding to it.
They must have been added to it because it's like 20 pages long, and they completely.
A lot of it is spells.
A lot of it's spells, and they changed a lot. Like, for example, tools now. Did you see that? Like, tools just work. Like, you just have them on you. You don't even have to have
Well,
a bandolier or anything.
They said if it's on your belt, bandolier, or
Right.
something like that, it's accessible. If it's stowed, it's a condition called stowed.
Correct.
Like it's in a
Yeah.
thing you have to open, rummage through, and get.
There's a lot
That's
of
the
changes.
difference.
Make sure you change it. Did you see spiritual weapons completely different now too?
Oh yeah, that's broke as shit now.
Yeah.
Love
it
it.
lost the attack trait. It's insane.
It lost the attraction.
It's so
What?
good.
Yes.
It's like it should be.
It lost the attack. Like, read the errata.
But
it's
you
like,
can still just do it like 3 times, can't you? Can't you still just be like wham, wham, wham?
Celeste is so happy. She's off in the freaking Plaguestone somewhere, like sending spiritual weapons after things or just beating the crap out. She's like she is the town guard now with that
It beats
one
the tar
spell.
out of
So
Flaming
good.
Sphere.
I know.
It beats the tar out of it. So good.
And then suddenly it's like, Magic Fang's great. Magic Fang sucks. Magic Fang's great again.
It's funny because what we did with the Will-O-Wisps is exactly how it works now.
Yeah, it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, back to this. You wake up the next morning. Atron is fit as a fiddle, ready to go. No one else is. You collect
I'm
a
good.
little bit of gold from the peoples because they'll help as much as they can, but they don't know how much this cost. You know, in the past, the circus sort of took care of them. It's part of the circus health plan, you know, is to just sort of get fixed up when things go wrong. Now, curses, it's a little outside your standard, like, broken bones and stuff, but who knows? But the professor does come up to you in the morning and says, well, it looks like Jellicoe is permanently cursed. I think you can bring him into town, and there's more than enough places in town that could fix this. I think it's going to cost somewhere between 40 and 50 gold, but I went through Myron's old things, as he won't need them anymore, and maybe you can sell some of this. And he has a couple of, like, knickknacks and, you know, small magic items here and there that could be sold. Looks like maybe, like, you know, 10, 20 gold pieces worth. It's not a lot, but it's something. And if you remember, Myron was the original ringleader that was killed way off when in episode 1. So.
He had a
Forever
nickname. Thunder or something?
Yes, Thunder.
Thunderthroat? What was that?
Yeah, I think me and Otron are the ones that are probably going to go into town today, so the Varises can rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he hands this over to Hap and says, see what
Thanks, Dad.
you can do. And yes, Myron, Thunder, Stendhal.
How do we move the carts around? Like do we have like horses like haul the carts or something?
Ponies.
Ponies?
It's part of the... There's
Couple of
actually a lot of
asses.
animals. I kind of gloss over that. But that's also like where a lot of the funds go to, is keeping... And there's a lot of helpers. Like, it's more than just the main acts. Like, it's a circus, you know. Everyone sort of chips in, but there is a lot of money goes to actually feeding. But that's also why you don't mind being in the middle of a forest, because a lot of the animals can just eat the grass, the leaves, you know, things like that.
Dad,
Graze off the land.
I'm gonna borrow one of the ponies and take Jellicoe in his cart into town.
Okay.
I don't think he needs to be walking that far and through town in the state he's in.
Okay. That's a good idea.
Thanks, Dad.
Sure. So the Varys brother and sister.
Well,
Let's sleep it off.
Alhara's staying in Atron's new magic house.
Oh,
But
that's right.
Atron would wake you at the point
Yeah.
that they plan to leave and say, you should move to your cabin or something. I need to go out with Hap and help handle a few things. And as soon as I leave, the spell will end.
Yeah, you actually find that she isn't sleeping. She had her eyes just closed and she was just, you know, at peace. She was calm, but she wasn't sleeping. She doesn't sleep much anymore.
Aren't you supposed to be throwing logs?
Nope. Oh, in the morning? Yeah.
This is the morning.
Oh, okay.
Well, she has her custom workout set for her birthday.
That's right.
She does. Yeah, no, she does. She's gonna be working out with that set in a bit. But yeah, she's like, okay, I was just sort of waiting. It's odd, you know, not sleeping. I don't really know what to do at night.
Because of the amulet.
Yeah, the stone in there. It's sort of a weird change, you know?
You could meditate or practice breathing exercises.
I suppose that's what I've kind of been doing. I've mostly just been laying here and thinking, which is, I don't know, close to meditation maybe.
I could get you a book.
Reading?
Yes. Reading.
I suppose I could read?
Eyes use muscles, so that would still be exercise.
Hey, I have an idea. Could you help me next time we go into town? You help me find a book, a specific sort of book. I want to read more about the shackles.
Okay. Read the pirates and the like?
Yeah. Maybe we can find like a map or something. There's this particular island where they throw criminals. I was curious about. I heard something about it and just wanted to look it up. It's passing curiosity. Maybe it'll satisfy me.
Which island?
It's got a strange name. If you can just point me in the right direction, I'm sure I'll figure it out.
I traveled for some time on the ocean when I left Nightland, but I did not go down to the shackles. But I heard tales. But yes, I will help you find a book and map. I do not mind. I am happy to help you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah.
Is this something private? It sounds like
it's something
it.
I'm not really ready to talk about because I don't really know if it is anything, and I don't really know how I feel about it. So.
Okay.
But let's just say there might be a place that my mom was from, and I don't know really anything about her. And I guess I'm just trying to find out more about her since Dad isn't really talking.
Okay. I can help you when we are in town tomorrow, or depending on how the Moonstone Halt goes.
Sure, yeah. Are we doing that today?
I don't think so. You don't look 100% yet. You can rest more, and I think Darius needs more time, and we need to check into this Jellicoe curse.
Jellicoe, right. Alright, well, if you're going into town for that, maybe I can come with you, I guess. Give me something to do, anyway.
If you are comfy, then yes.
Thanks. She sort of grabs her things and leaves the house. And she puts them down and heads over. You know, she's got her bag full of weights and things. And she opens it up and she starts pulling them out. And she starts going through her morning routine. But it's pretty clear that there's something, like her heart's really just not in it today.
Are you okay? You seem tired or something?
No, I don't really get tired anymore. I'm just... What's that M word? Where you like...
Morose?
Feeling kind of sad. Yeah, morose. Yeah, I'm that one.
Or melancholic.
Weird. I didn't know Hap was even here. I just...
No, I'm sitting outside the house like with the cart and the pony, and I'm just like so bored.
Oh, there you are. Well, good luck on your curse breaking. I don't know. I'll catch up with you later.
Okay, maybe you exit first?
No, she's already outside.
Okay. So as Acheron walks out, the whole house just suddenly, shrinks way down and pops, and there's a slight smell of smoke and peppermint that fills the air, and it's gone.
Ooh.
And Acheron climbs into the cart.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
I am glad everyone is taking disappearing houses so easily.
I think it's really neat.
This is a circus.
Seen one disappearing house, you've seen them all.
Yep.
Our tent does the same thing. Hate to break it to you, it's just not as fancy.
Yeah, I mean, you pull purple crap out of the sky and you eat it all the time. You feed Chiligos paper and he apparently likes it. Okay, you did some magic. Ooh, okay, good for you.
No more healing for Hep.
So you go into town, you got the cart. As the cart is moving, Hap can't help it hearing whenever you hit a bump, a little bit of a burp, squeak, honk, all these clownish sounds coming. As you can tell that you're just hitting these bumps and he's being jostled, making all this sound.
I suggest we head to the monastery perhaps and talk to the monks, the knights.
I think so too. Dad gave me some trinkets from Myron that he thinks they're slightly magical. They have some slight worth to them. And we have a little bit of money from the other circus folk, so we'll do our best.
I was going to offer my assistance in the library as well, and I might know some things that they would find valuable considering my homeland. Okay.
We got this. Happenotron, another adventure.
Happenotron.
Roadshow.
In the morning, you go to the monastery. In the evening, you go to the candy factory.
Nice.
Montage.
I like it.
Yeah.
Happenotron having like a gummy bear fight, licking candy canes. It's going to be so much fun. Anyhow, you go over to the monastery. They see you approaching. They're like, oh, you're back again? So soon. Brothers, come out. And again, you see the sword mages. Henry is there. Hendrik is there. Sir Ulrich Velm is there. It's like, you're here early. We're not quite ready. We're still.
Well, we brought you something.
Oh, you brought us more things to research. Quite a lot. We haven't had this much excitement in years.
We are hoping
We
you
brought you
will
some-
help our friend.
Yes, we have
Ooh.
some knowledge that you certainly don't have yet.
Yes. What is that? What is that? And they're all curious.
Our friend here has been cursed by Mistress Dusklight, and unfortunately, it is permanent, and we require your assistance to have it removed, please.
You mention her name, and they all have frowns on their face. They're like, we don't want to be involved. No. We can't.
She's
we can't have
leaving
her.
town.
Oh no. She's way too powerful. No. We can't have her. No. They're all like they're shaking their heads like no. She
also
can make
said
our lives real
If
bad.
anyone could remove it, that was fine within the span of a contract.
Oh, yes, but good luck trying to find someone who's going to remove a curse given by Mistress Dusklight. Oh, no. Oh, no. We've seen many of her curses and see what happens to the people who remove them. Oh, no. And they're all shaking their heads. They seem to be backing away and doesn't want to have anything to do with this.
Please, I can offer some information on Nightland that you perhaps have never heard of before.
Not worth it. Nope. Sorry. Nope.
We have some magical items too, right, Tap?
We
Nope.
do.
Nope.
You have the chance to research this very rare curse.
No. Clownish
we
curse.
have-
Seen it. Know it. Don't need to do it. Nope,
And we
nope,
have
nope.
one more thing for you. I'm prepared to offer you a sample of my blood.
Really?
But you have to help my friend.
They look at each other. They go, and the hair?
Yes.
They like look at each other. They huddle up and they're like,
Are you sure, Hap? This is an important thing you give.
Jellicoe doesn't deserve this. We have to help him.
They look and they say, well, in that case, okay, quickly, bring him in. We'll disguise our cure so there's no way that you could trace it back to us. Yes.
All right.
But yes, and don't worry, Hap. We'll make sure and we'll make sure no one knows that we're doing this research. Oh yes, it's all confidential, strictly confidential. Yes. Let's get
I'll go
at
to
it.
the back of the cart and I'll knock on the door. Jellicoe, we have some people here to help you. Is it all right if you come out and go into their monastery?
Oh, okay. Honk, hink, honk, boop. He's like walking, and you can't stop like giggling to yourself. It's like so funny. He just can't help it. And all these sounds are coming of it. Now, luckily enough, the 3 elderly knights are total pros. And they just look at that and like, oh, come here, good sir. Yes. We've seen this before. Oh yes, clownish curse. Quite a predicament. No, don't worry. We'll have you cured of that in no time. Don't worry. Let's just go over here. And then they bring him over into a little anti-room, a little anti-chamber. It says this is one of our specialties, and we will keep at it until we get it just right. And you see one of them go off. And they come over to you and say, now, Hap, this is freely given, correct? Because it won't have its true power unless you give it a free will. And again, this is just to help you because you want to know your history. And don't worry, we will keep this all to ourselves. Right, brother? Right, brother.
Otteron, will you help me collect a sample for them?
Yes, of course.
I'll offer you my hand.
Yeah. I'll take out a dagger. Could you make some fire first? Make sure blade is clean.
Oh, I'll just grab the blade and just heat it.
Thank you. And then we'll prick a finger carefully to collect some blood in a vial.
You could have been a little more gentle.
So they're both eagerly looking with little smiles on their face. They're like, "Oh, thank you so much, Ataran. Perfect.
All right, I'll take the sample and with 2 hands I'll hold it and then I'll offer it to them. I hand you this sample of my blood in exchange for helping my friend.
Yes. And don't forget the hair. We don't need a lot. Just a couple of locks will do. Just a little bit. No more than when you go to a barber.
Very careful with this. I know what it can lead to.
Of course. We will destroy it once we're done to make sure there is none remaining. Yes.
Please.
And no one visits us anyhow. Don't worry. This will be in our best safe. And you see him walk over, and you didn't even see this, but the wall disappears, and in its place is a safe, and they're doing all these magical gestures, and you see the safe kind of morph itself into different shapes until it opens up. And Ataran knows that these are pretty high level spells. It's going to take quite a bit to take this blood sample. So they're being serious.
Ataran looks at Hap and gestures towards it and gives a approving nod.
Hap looks scared and nervous, but mostly scared.
Yeah, they know what they're doing. So, they put it in there, and then Ataran takes a little peek, and there's some pretty wondrous items in there going, oh, they got a lot more than just a couple of blood vials, I'll tell you that. They've been holding on to some ancient relics here. Maybe some Aslanti relics.
Would a haircut be a crafting check?
If you're going to do it yourself, sure.
I don't want to know.
Ataran can help you.
Yeah, you can give me a haircut. I just don't want a weird chunk
2 bits?
missing, you know?
Hap, since we are giving them a little of your hair, do you mind if I keep a little as well? It might help me if I ever needed to scry upon you.
Oh, sure. Does anybody else want something? Maybe I'll save some toenails for Alhara, and I'll give Darius, I don't know, some of my lipstick.
I wanted to ask since we were already cutting your hair for them.
Yes, you can keep some.
Thank you. I promise to only use it for assistance. And Ataran will carefully cut your hair so it's blended nicely and kind of under instead of a top piece or whatever.
Just a little off, just a little bit. I like the style. I don't want to.
Yes, I want to clean your ends.
Yeah, my dead ends are terrible right now. Would you believe that they're made out of fire sometimes?
Oh, jeez, it's like you live in a circus. Ataran half grins eh? Ataran gives over the lock of hair.
Did Ataran realize that they even made a joke?
I think Ataran was trying.
Hap's the toughest sell. She's the one that your jokes just don't land with her. I don't know why that is. That's just how I feel with characters.
So you get a little bit of hair. They take it. They put it into a cloth. They wrap it carefully. They put it into the safe. They do a couple of magical wiggity-woos, and the safe disappears. And then out comes Jellicoe, and the sounds are gone, the oversized hands are gone, the oversized feet, and he gives Hap a big old hug.
Oh, no, I'm going to give him a hug.
Oh, he's crying. He's thank you so much, Hap. You don't deserve it.
Roll for a hug combat.
He's just
your family,
oh,
Jellicoe. Family takes care of each other.
He's it was horrible. It was horrible. He's a mess. He's just crying and giving you a hug.
We'll get you a new act.
Riley's
you don't have to do it.
licking his face and licking the tears off and trying to get in there like a dog does. I want to be in there. I want a hug.
We'll get you a new act. You don't have to do anything clownish ever again.
Okay, maybe I can help you with the animals. They seem to like me. I
always
wanted to do an animal act. Maybe I can change my act.
Ataran offers a handkerchief.
You could do an act with Riley. He already likes you. He's already well trained.
Oh, yes, I don't think I can ever do clowning again. Oh, this is terrible.
Yeah, we'll Riley will help you get a new act. No worries.
We can teach you how to burn things and use alchemical fire to assist others. It is Very satisfying.
Gentlemen, do you all still need my baby clothes? Those are really special to me.
Oh, yes. Don't worry, we haven't touched them. We just started to look at the magical emanations coming from them. We will not harm a thread on them. We are just using it to figure out residual magic emanating from the clothes themselves. Don't worry, we won't touch it or hurt it in any way, and it's in the safe. It is safe with us. That is right.
Did you find anything useful yet?
Not
anything
yet.
interesting?
Not yet.
Nothing?
No. But we do know it is from the outer planes. That we do know, but we're still trying to figure out exactly what.
What
and
lives
who
on
you
the
are.
outer planes?
What was that?
What lives on the outer planes?
Oh, the outer planes. Many things. Yes. Lots of magical things. I believe you have... No. Don't surprise. Okay, it's
What?
Too early to come to conclusions. Too early. Yes. Come back. We'll tell you all about it when we are definitive in our research and our findings. Yes.
Atron smiles a little. I am sure they will want to come to a conclusive decision before they tell you anything, so they do not lead you on.
That's right. We must have it peer reviewed. That's right. Peer review. That's right.
Guys, I thank you so much for the help, but I am absolutely terrified of what's happening to me.
Well, isn't it better to know than not know? Because once you know, you can better take care of yourself. That's right. It's always better to know than not know. Don't worry, we'll come to the bottom of this and find out all about your mysterious heritage and what and who you truly are. Dun, dun, dun! Cut to Alhara and Darius.
So, eventually Darius comes out of his, it's morning, and, he sleeps in a little bit, but comes out, he's looking a little better, and heads to, the general fire where there's, some oatmeal and maybe some sort of fruit he can start eating and some water.
He'd spot Alhara putting all her weights away from her morning routine.
He'll walk over, eating and, peeling sections out of an orange. Would you like some orange?
Sure, I could taste some orange.
Yes, I would assume you can still taste, even though you have something that...
Yeah, it's just weird. I don't want to eat a whole orange. But, eating a little bit's good.
Sure. Is it weird not having hunger?
It's really weird, actually. After a good workout, one of the things that's fantastic is you build up that fantastic hunger and thirst, and you drink a bunch of water, and it just makes
so
your
refreshing.
body it's so. I don't get that anymore.
Huh? Maybe this thing isn't as useful for now.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't know. There's a lot of mundane things I don't have to worry about.
Do you have to pee?
Not generally, no. That's one of the mundane things, and that's kind of nice.
That is sort of useful.
Yeah, it's it's fine. It's almost like I don't feel quite as alive as I used to, but at the same time, I don't have some of the distractions of living just to exist, which makes me think about life more.
Seems off-putting. If you can't drink your problems away.
I could if I wanted.
Oh, I guess you can still get drunk and things like that if you chose to, right? You have
well, just like the other night.
You won't puke or anything, rejecting food. You won't puke from the gem causing it, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
I see. Okay, well, that's okay. So you can still join in
weird.
revelries. Yeah, maybe you'll just get used to it, or maybe
I
stop using it if you feel disconnected.
Well, that's the thing. So yeah, I felt disconnected, but at the same time, it's given me a lot more time to think. I've been really thinking a lot about Mom and Dad and that whole situation. How much do you know about where Mom is from? I barely remember her.
Not much. For most of the time I remember, we were moving around a lot, which I thought was sort of just how we were.
Yeah.
But when he says, think about what you want to know, I feel there's no other choice than to know.
Right? We're going to want to know, but...
Hiding in the dark from something that might be scary doesn't usually help, as we have found. We have to
He
face
acts
it.
like there's something dangerous out there that's going to come get us, and I'm wondering.
Well,
Is
it
it
has to get in
Mom?
line, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's true. But like, is it Mom? And that made me think: is Dad the dangerous one? I mean, he can take care of himself.
I don't think he is dangerous.
You don't think we were like
works at a
stolen as
circus?
kids?
If we were stolen, maybe it was to protect us. But Mother was with us for most of this, unless there was some falling out or something.
We just don't have enough answers, and so I sent
going to
Atron
need
to
them.
find me a book and a map. I want to know where this. What was it called? Mediogalti Island.
Okay, yeah. That would probably help us know about parts of our past.
All we know is from what Dad told us that it's peopled with criminals.
Well, you know,
And-
when you are that type of person. Who
Yeah,
knows?
so I don't know. I'd like to know more about it. Like, just
Agreed.
even knowing where it is on a map, I'd feel, I guess, more connected to it. But as it is,
Absolutely. When we see him again, we will get all the details of what we need to know to handle what we might be unwitting part of. Certainly, it would help me to understand what is communicating with me and granting me these abilities.
I was going to ask you about that. I wasn't sure you wanted to talk about it. But
Of course I want to talk about it. It is something that is both, useful and dangerous.
have you heard Mom's voice again?
I have not. Nor have I heard the creature's voice.
I wish I knew how it was all connected. It seems like there's like a big piece of the puzzle that's missing, and once we have it, it'll all make sense, but
Yes, we definitely need to find out all we can from our father before Madame Dusklight leaves.
yeah. Do you think we should go find him? Do you think we could convince him to leave her circus? Like, I don't...
We can try again, but he believes, he has some bargain with her. So whatever is going on, that's part of it.
But once they go to Absalom, we'll never see him again.
I don't know if that's true.
Well, it feels like it.
It will be a while, I believe that's true.
At least before we were still on the same island, he was... Theoretically, you could just travel to Escadar and see him. Now, I feel like we just got back to Escadar, just got back to the point where we could see him again and be a family again, and now he's leaving, and...
Well, he's not leaving for a few weeks, so we have some time.
That's true. You want to go try to find him again?
I do. Maybe if, I know that did he say that he would meet us again back at the griddle?
Not for a few days, though.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
in a
he
few
said a few
days we
days.
have another chance with him to talk to him.
All right, well, I guess we'll focus on this. What was it, Moonstone Hall?
Yes, let's focus on Moonstone Hall and perhaps
Gain the good graces of the city, especially since they're losing their premier circus. They'll need another one.
yeah, maybe we can negotiate some even better advertising or something. Who knows?
Maybe. Gosh, I just wish I knew what this is all about.
We will soon enough.
Mediogalti Island. Criminals, pirate land. I don't know. Sounds like she maybe was just some pirate or something.
Or escaping some trouble from where she originally was.
Find out she was some crazed druid. Don't tell Acheron, they'll never forgive me.
Oh no.
All right. You mind helping me with some chores around the circus? There's a lot to do.
Of course. Lead on.
Thanks, brother. I'm glad at least that we're in this together.
Yes. We have each other, and no matter what happens, we'll face it together.
All right. So, Hap has Jellico all healed up. Atron is able to find some books. Turns out books about that area are actually pretty easy to find in a city like this. Seems like any seafaring community has a lot of other books about other seafaring communities.
make sense.
So,
Atron also buys a simple lock.
a simple lock with 1 or 2 keys.
Yeah, and I want to stop at the butcher and just get like a really nice beef bone for Riley. Just like a real beef bone.
Do you also want to get a half back of ribs for the creature that you're keeping as a pet?
I mean, we've been feeding him from, like the circus dinner. He's fine.
Yeah. Ataran wants to feed him Mistress Dusklight once we're done with her.
Good luck.
They haven't explained that to anybody yet.
Okay. You find everything you need. On the way back, you find Robin's Candy. The best treats from our door to yours. Ataran can't help themselves. Instead of Hap being the little kid, Ataran's like, Can we go in there, Hap? Can we?
Well, we are on a tight schedule, but I guess just a quick look shouldn't hurt anything.
Yes, I think it would be good.
Go ahead.
We can get some sweets for everyone and maybe, distract them from things that happened yesterday and such.
I'm surprised you're still justifying this. Go have fun.
I justify a lot of things. Natron will walk in.
Sure enough, there's classic licorice lovers box. There's a deluxe childhood favorites box. There's a international explorers box. There's all these different packages of candy, as well as individually wrapped candies. There's candy of every shape and size. It looks like there's a lot of boxes because a town like this probably has a lot of fights, and it seems like making up and bringing boxes of candy seems to be a pretty popular activity.
Are the explorers boxes expensive?
No, none of these are that
I want
expensive.
2 World Explorers boxes.
50 silver pieces, maybe?
Is that what 50? That's 5 gold.
Well, I'm just trying to, figure out the rate.
It wouldn't be more than a couple silvers for each one. They're not that expensive.
Yeah, I think Ataran definitely gets at least a few things. Definitely the International Explorers box, because, come on.
I'm getting 1 for me and 1 for Jellicoe.
Okay. So you get some of the boxes of candy. The woman working there, whose name is Robin. What a surprise. She's like, these are very, very popular, especially if you got into a fight with a significant other. We find that a little bit of a sweet tooth makes her all the sweeter on you. Or him.
Or them.
Or them. So
Thank you, Hap.
Wrap it up and give it over to you and say, enjoy your sweets. And Ataran is just marveling at all the different shapes and sizes of candies. And it smells so sweet and sugary in here that Ataran is almost getting a little high. Ataran might not drink or do drugs or anything like that.
Sugar high.
But sugar is their weakness.
This is hilarious.
Don't feed me after midnight either. You wouldn't like me.
I think that's the title of all these episodes. Everyone's weakness. Darius, it's
women
groupies.
And bacon.
Groupies and bacon. Alhara, it's Ataran. Hap, it's sad sacks, like Jellicoe getting
sad
turned
sacks.
Yep, you love sad sacks.
You love sad sacks.
What's a sad sack? I don't even know what
The
that word
saddest
is.
of
Like-
sacks.
You've never heard that term?
Like a sad person who needs help.
Like a sad person who
Yes.
needs help?
like a
Yes.
Charlie Brown
That's exactly
sort
what
of
it
down
is.
in their
Yeah.
luck.
Oh my goodness.
You love to fix broken people and try and help them out.
And Ataran, sugar. It's easy. This is the easiest one of all. Sugar. That's
One
it.
day, Ataran will just have a amazing candy house out in the woods, and all the kids will come to see it.
Oh, that's such a good idea.
That is a good
Yeah.
idea.
They're
Wow.
small, so they can help you clean the oven.
Yeah,
That's
what could
right.
go wrong?
Yeah, that's right. In fact,
Oh
there
my
might
gosh.
be stories told about you. Who knows?
Oh no.
Maybe I'll put my candy house on some chicken feet. Seems to be
Oh
popular.
no. Very stylish.
Now you're kind of mixing and matching there. I kind of just like the
Hey,
candy house.
We all witches, yo. It's cool.
It's true. It's true.
P.S. Don't go to the north.
All right, you come back, Alhara and Darius, looking a little bit better. And Ataran and Hap's like, look, we brought sweets. Alhara, Darius, you want some?
Oh. Sure, I could taste a few.
I didn't bring enough for them.
Oh.
Oh, I just thought it'd be funny that they're like, oh God, please no. No sweets.
Oh, well, Atron surely got enough for others. There's no
Definitely.
way they can eat all that candy.
Yeah, they spent like a whole gold piece.
Awesome.
You mean platinum piece? No.
Gold piece. That's like enough candy for the circus.
I mean, maybe a couple people.
A couple people. Okay. Just only management. It's a management-only candy dish.
Yes.
What if we go back to the temple and, like, the dudes are killed? Like, Mistress Dusklight killed them. What?
I'm over it.
We'll find out. All right. And sure enough, there's Jellicoe. Everyone's glad to see he's back to the way he was. The professor gives him a big hug, and he just decides to, it says to the professor how he doesn't want to be a clown anymore. He's going to try to help out with the circus a bit more, the animals. Maybe he'll come up with a new act. And the professor thinks that's a great idea. And just wants to lay low, at least until they're out of Escadar. And it's just, for now, just going to just help out Hap and with the stagehands and just help out in the back. Kind of helping out with the cleaning up the animals, cleaning up the circus in general. Just sort of wants to really lay low. Doesn't want to attract Mistress Dusklight again. So don't think he's going to be performing anytime soon. So with that, I would say in a second day after Darius gets back his drain condition to 0, you can finally go to Moonstone Hall. Is that what you want to do?
Finally, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I just need to change my spells.
Finally.
Must be nice being able to change your spells.
It is. You know what you are.
You know you can retrain again, Hap.
What I
Don't-
can? What?
Don't tell her that.
How do you mean?
Don't tell her that. No. Well, she'll have a whole different type
What the
of
hell are y'all talking
spellcaster
about?
next week. I'm telling you.
I can't
La,
retrain
la,
my
la.
base class.
La,
you can't
la.
do that.
Can't do, no.
Can you?
She'll
I'm
be
gonna be a
like,
fighter.
Well, you can take a different archetype.
I'm happy with where
Wizard.
she is. I'm happy with where she is.
Prepared spells. Okay. What are the new spells for the new day? Everyone wakes up. Everyone's feeling fit as a fiddle. No Mistress Dusklight appeared. Everyone's curse-free. Still got some candy left from the night before. Darius finally feels the effects of a night of debauchery.
80% of the glitter has been washed away.
That glitter, it's
20% will never come off.
Never, ever coming off. For the rest of your life, you can have a little bit of glitter.
That's
And
right.
in places
Somewhere.
you don't want them to be. You're going to be like, how did that get there? That damn glitter.
Gets everywhere, I'll tell you.
All right, let's head to the hall.
Just because Atron doesn't know what's going to go on down there, I'm going to prepare a 3rd level magic missile.
Sounds good. Alhara is going to prepare a bow staff.
Okay.
We really missed an opportunity. Darius' stage name could have been Muscle Wizard.
It still can be.
So can be.
Oh there, Muscle Wizard. Might you cast us a spell?
Yes, let me cast Magic Missile, and I pick up Hap and I throw her.
Oh my god.
It's called the fastball special.
That's
How
right.
far can you throw
Ooh.
Hap? How far can you throw her?
I don't
Throw
know.
her. Throw me as far as you can.
With a feet, I could do 30 feet.
Oh.
What about with your hands?
Hi-oh.
That was a good one.
Mm-hmm. I don't know that it was a good one, but it was one.
It was A.
It was a. It existed.
All right, let's go to the Moonstone Temple
Okay.
and set off a bunch of traps.
Here we go. No one thought this day would come.
I really didn't.
Wait, we're doing real adventuring? This feels weird.
You're gonna scare the adventure away.
We're just gonna go to an underground birthday party and kill everyone.
Wait, whose birthday is it today, Vanessa?
It's Riley's birthday. That's why he got ham bone.
It's no one's. It's no one's birthday. Let's do the adventure. Please. Please, can we do the
Please,
adventure?
can we please kill something? Please, I'm begging you.
I'd really like to go into some dark, scary catacombs underground and fight some Zolgaths. If we could just do that.
As they head to the fountain, Ataran casts False Life, as they usually do when they prepare to adventure, gesturing up to the heavens, chanting Hamishalet, and drawing down coruscating black and violet energy to them.
I'll do a cast of something.
Okay.
I'll rub my hands together, creating friction and get like a nice little like molten glow, and I'll just kind of rub it into my joints and gain the benefit of second level Long Strider.
Ooh.
Because it lasts for 8 hours.
What does that do?
Plus 10-foot status bonus to my speed, which for me helps in more ways than one, because when I start flying, I'm going to still be using that speed, so I can fly better, farther, faster, stronger.
And just a reminder to Vanessa that every day, Alhara gets a renewed root magic talisman.
Yeah, first saving throw of the day. I've used
2.
it several times, and so far I've tanked every one of the saves.
Great.
But thank you, that is useful.
Perhaps you should cast light on me, Hap.
Oh yeah, sure. And then I'll give myself some glowing hands. And where do you want it?
I want it on my belt buckle. It's like a big.
I'm not.
It's a big wrestler type belt. Like it's not like on my. It's a big. It goes up halfway up my stomach.
All right.
You know,
I'll just.
like
It's like a cummerbund. It's
I'll
basically
just take
a
my
cummerbund.
pointer finger and just
point at it
and just transfer the. I'll transfer. Well, I have to transfer the glow, so I'll transfer the glow to it.
It turns into just a big glowing D for Darius.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, now that's
D
not
for
what
Darius.
I thought.
What?
That's what that D stands
That's how you
for.
spell my name.
That's
You can
right.
really
I
see it
mean,
coming.
You are a big D. I'll tell you that.
That's correct.
Wow.
The big D. That's what they call me.
Wow.
The big
Big
D.
Darius.
That is your nickname.
Metaphors
That
are
is not-
tight.
That's what the women call
Metaphors.
him. The big D.
That's it. Well,
No, I don't know. Tell me more.
No problem here.
Okay. With that, any more spells being cast? Any more illusions? Any more alliteration? Any more shenanigans? No?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm good.
Good. You go to the mermaid. You show the papers. They wave you in. You descend. Down. 100 feet into the ground beneath Escadar by way of wide stone steps. First of all, you notice that it is completely dark. No surprise there, as this is an abandoned temple, and you are 100 feet underground. As you said before, you cast light on Darius. Does anyone else need some light?
Yeah, Ataran, if you wouldn't mind, and Alhara will twirl her bow staff in front of her. Let's go with red today. Match the armor.
Very well. Ataran chants Fin and touches the staff, and it glows a pale, dull crimson red.
You head down. You are in a very, very dark chamber. You are going down some stone steps. Suddenly you see in front of you white marble and alabaster blocks with a polished pink marble floor. It is quite beautiful. You realize you have reached, well, probably Moonstone Hall. What do? You can't see very far in front of you, only 40 feet. And you are in a, corridor, and it seems to open up into something much, much larger.
Just a reminder of our antidotes, especially if we think we're going to run into any Zolgas or anything poisonous.
I immediately, upon hearing that, go, yes, I will drink it. And I drink my antidote to have a +2 in case I have to encounter a smell or a poison or a pus or whatever they usually launch at us.
Last 6 hours.
Hours. Sure. Alhara will chug back an antidote, gulping it down hard as her throat's relatively dry these days.
Ataran does as well.
She's gonna start to move forward very carefully, taking sort of one step at a time down the stairs, slowly revealing the passage in front of her, quietly and cautiously.
Be careful, there might be traps around.
Dyer will do the same and follow
Alterana
her
fixes
behind.
the ever-burning torch to Riley.
Ever-burning dog.
Hold still, buddy.
And yeah, Alhara is going to be searching for traps and dangers, enemies, keeping a wary eye out.
Sure. So you reach the bottom of the stairs, and you see this beautiful white marble alabaster blocks here and there, as well as polished pink marble floors. The ceiling seems to be approximately 20 feet. It's completely dark, but strange enough, you see some light coming out from in front of you. It seems like they're broken windows, broken stained glass windows, although none of them have Alhara-sized holes.
Not yet.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
But these are big enough that you actually see pieces of glass on the ground, and it looks like they've been smashed to the point that anyone, even Alhara, could easily enter into these holes.
Without further breaking them.
Without further breaking them.
All right, so I just want to say that there's a size enough for a medium-sized humanoid body to pass through without causing damage.
Unless
to-
you
to the
wanted to go
window.
through one of the others that aren't broken, that is correct.
No, I think I'd prefer to go through one of the non.
I have a
yeah.
picture. Do you wish to see the picture?
I would like to see the picture. I think that would help our listening audience.
Why don't you describe what you see, smarty pants?
Am I looking? Where am I looking?
Handouts.
I'm in hand. I see. I
Ooh,
see a
it's gorgeous.
newspaper.
So it's
Circus, not Edgewatch.
It's like the bricks are kind of blue gray and they're thick, and there's like some vertical trellis situations going on, and there's like a big golden like symbol above the decrepit wooden doors, and the big symbol has like an eye and some little wings coming off the eye. Atron, can you tell us anything about that symbol? And there's a little bit of light pouring in from above, and there's all kinds of like just plant growth. It looks like some trees tried to take root, and water all over the ground. An old temple.
That eye is the symbol of Eridan, dead or lost god of humanity.
That's right. So as you approach this, far beneath the rest of the city, you see the monument to the past. As you said before, sturdy doors of reinforced ebony guard the entrance, with an impressive building constructed of gleaming white stone. One of the doors is slightly ajar. White stone pillars support the cavern ceiling above. Broken stained glass windows along the temple walls peer like sightless eyes. You also notice that several parts of this cavern have collapsed over the years, forming barricades that you can't get past. You also smell something.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes. It's the unmistakable stench of Zolgath.
I knew it.
Well, we knew
Not
it was
enough,
coming.
Not enough to make you sick, but
Yeah.
you're like, ugh.
They're here.
I know what that smell is. What do you do?
So antidote helps against that.
Yeah, plus
Yeah,
2.
because it's poison-based.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out a little telescopic bowl, and I'm gonna pour the antidote in it, and have Riley drink it.
Oh, nice. Nice.
A telescopic ball, yes.
How long does that last for?
6 hours.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
Yeah, they're good to do when you enter combat or
Riley's got that strong
Dungeon.
nose. I can't have him
Yeah.
dealing with that.
Especially at this level, they're not that expensive anymore.
He may smell things in a different way than we do. Like, I don't know if that's...
that smells interesting. I
Like-
should chew on it.
Like, dogs and cats don't react the same to, like, a fart.
Well,
They think it's like you saying hello.
well, there's an evolutionary reason to that I'm not going to get into now. We can talk about it after.
There you
Anyhow,
go. Evolutionary. You're all
let's
set.
try to finish this up without going on a tangent. You think I'm bad? You're way worse than I am.
Impossible.
Impossible.
This was my only tangent.
For a plain
Shut up.
country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage.
Anyhow, what do you do?
Slowly we go, step by step, inch by inch.
Mm-hmm. Checking the ground, checking for tripwires.
I'm doing the search action, searching.
Yep, you're doing your standard searching, looking around.
I can smell Zulgas, so I
yeah,
have to assume
Alhara-
there has to be one hiding nearby.
Yeah, Alhara Darius doesn't see anything. Again, this place has been abandoned. It's been 100 years. It's very dusty, but actually, Alhara, stop.
Mm-hmm. She starts
Zulgas
making her way
stabs you.
like toward the left. There's some old columns and things over there, and she's thinking about sort of creeping around the outside of the room with the assumption that anyone who wanted to set up traps would want to set them up during the main traffic ways. So she's going to try to
That makes sense.
slink along
So yeah, there's
on the outside.
that'd be the north. So
The north,
the,
yeah.
the temple is on the east side. You're coming in from the west. The cavern, from what you can tell, is rather large. It looks like there was an entranceway or something going to the south, but that's long since collapsed.
Mhm.
Obviously, a lot of the ceiling has collapsed, forming these columns that are impassable. Also, small columns to the north here and there. And in front of you is the majestic temple, ravaged by time and the elements. As you said before, there's plant life all around it. There's water all over the place. Again, strangely, there's light emanating from inside the temple. And you know someone's here or something is here. You don't know what yet. But then as Alhara and Darius are creeping around looking, you suddenly see movement and you hear the clinking of chains as from behind the pillars, creatures appear.
Ooh. I like creatures.
Are they friendly creatures?
No.
Or are
Like
they
some
stinky creatures?
I'm going to bet definitely not.
You see a creature that has 8 legs
Oh no.
Oh, it could be friendly.
and
Could be.
seems to be kind of nasty.
I don't like this.
Anything more than 2 legs or 4 legs.
It looks like it's about 13 feet long, maybe weighs about 300 plus pounds.
Getting awfully specific.
It's seeing you and making hissing sounds, and you hear the clinking, and you can tell that they actually seem to be chained to the pillars
Aww.
leading into the entrance of the temple. And you say to yourself, wow, that doesn't look good. And then they see you and charge.
What kind of legs does it have? Does it have like little skinny hairy legs?
Woo!
I hope it doesn't have little skinny hairy legs.
They're basilisks. They do not have
Oh,
skinny,
God.
hairy
They're
legs.
I knew with Steven earlier being like, petrification if that
Yeah.
happens. And I was like, oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
There's only 2 of them. There's
He
only
was
2
way
of
too
them.
excited about
well,
the
hey, everybody, I
possibility
just
of
wanna say
replication.
It was great being a fleshy creature for a while.
I think Darius is
definitely-
going to get stoned.
I'm gonna get and become a statue. Carry me forever in the circus and put me out front.
I'll
Hang
break off
signs on
pieces
me.
of you and use you in my spellcasting.
No. Just
Oh,
make
go
me like
on.
a signpost for the circus at
That seems
least.
like a
I
weird
mean,
way to go.
you can do the mountain stance. Doesn't that make you immune?
I'm going to throw
No,
every
no,
fireball
no.
I have at this until they're dead.
It doesn't work. It's not a professional courtesy that if I take the mountain stance, I can't become stone.
You should work on that.
I'll try and make as cool of a pose as I can before I become pure
Well,
rock.
if any parts turn to stone, we can just cut those off.
No,
Oh, gosh.
no, make just shine me every morning.
You're
The way
so
you said
big
that.
that as a statue, you would have to be left here because you'd be too
Oh,
heavy.
No,
It's actually not a bad idea. Why? Oh,
I've-
why would you say that?
Harris, what do you think?
well,
Yeah.
that's it. That's
Yeah,
what,
that
that's,
looks
not
cuddly.
okay with this.
that's
Oh.
the guy.
The bright
Ugh.
green eyes, all the serrated teeth, the
Yep.
very
Oh
long
god,
tongue,
I'm gonna
the
be a
reptile
rock.
tail that ends kind of in a hooked point. I like the red ridges down the back. I'm very excited. I think this is awesome.
Man, it's a shame Moonstone Temple was a bust, huh?
Yeah, I guess we have to just seal it up with concrete.
Yep,
Just seal it up.
Just seal it up. Time to rejoin the circus again.
Madam
This will be a
Dusklight,
great
we're
specimen
sorry.
once we kill it. Otteron will love collecting pieces from it. You know, when everyone's turned to stone.
Okay.
Oh no, this is
I sure
literally
hope punching
kill it
them a
with
lot
fire
works.
situation.
Wait. Basilisks? How many are there?
Two.
Two.
Look on the
Oh,
map.
okay.
But you said they're chained
Oh, I
there,
see.
right?
Yeah. That
Yeah, so a
Hat,
few
make
things.
friends.
Yeah, the good news is they are chained. The bad news is the chains are very long.
Oh.
But they are chained, so it's not quite as horrific as it can be. And there is a lot of hiding areas you can see. So, but
Are you saying there could be more of them?
you see two. Two is more than enough for you to
Okay.
handle, trust me. You know, if you get turned to stone, I'm sure there's more pieces of hap that you can sell to the monks
Oh God.
to bring him back to flesh. Although, maybe the girls would use him if he all turned to stone, if you know what I mean.
Ew.
Yeah,
Ew.
that's wrong. I don't
Steven.
approve of that
No.
joke.
Come on.
What?
Ew.
What?
Ew.
Steven.
It's like Garp. Remember Garp?
He
that's
can't.
right.
He can't consent, so
No, I'm no
so he
longer-
can't go there.
I'm no longer alive, so it's more like
right.
a necrom.
It's not even necromancy.
It's,
He is a tool.
No.
And being used what?
Yes.
Big D. That's right.
Oh
You guys are
gosh,
bad at
Steven, why?
No, we're
I
fine
have to
at
pretend
this.
to be grossed out in this audience.
I'm just ready to start hucking fireballs at these things until
Do
they're
it.
dead.
I sure hope you are
No,
first in
this
initiative.
is the first monster.
I know. It's like
it's worse inside.
It's like this is the intro. This is the intro. Welcome to level 6. You guys are like, we're at level 6. We're gonna take on all what Basilisk? Up, time for another birthday party. Let's go celebrate.
I've got
Jellicoe's birthday. That's
Yeah.
right. Yay!
I've got 4 fireballs per day, but I don't want to risk Riley getting turned to stone. That's all I'm saying. Like these
Yeah,
guys have
Riley.
to go down.
There's 5 of you. How bad can it be?
I
Real
think
bad.
we're gonna be fine. Honestly.
Oh, the way we roll, we're
How's
all,
everyone's fortitude save?
The way we roll, this is
Yeah,
going to be
well.
a wing of the Met with all of us being statues.
Fortitude is actually my best save.
Oh,
Great,
dang it.
it is. It's mine too, buddy. I love it when you said that. Hey, it's my best save or my best skill. Yep, I'm sure it is.
How is my fortitude so high? Like, well, whatever.
Did you get magical fortitude as well? That's why
Probably.
mine's high.
Look at that. You're an expert.
I'm an expert. Oh, roll 17. That's not going to work.
I just rolled. You have a 12. Oh, that's let's see, 17. That would not work.
I got to roll like a
27 would
23
work.
or 24 or better.
Let's see, level. Let's see,
Wait.
level 6.
Oh, yeah.
The
Yeah,
standard.
Hap has
the
magical
standard
fortitude
roll
as well.
is around.
Riley's
21,
fortitude
22.
is hoss. Riley's got good for it. His reflex is crazy high.
Well,
Riley's
you
a
already
beast.
you already turned to stone once, so
Almost, yeah. I was
Yeah.
for like a week.
It
I
was a
was
rocky
one-
you were
good time.
you were stoned for a long time, and we had the wrong rules. So
Yeah.
you were stoned
And I
longer than
still
you should
fought.
have been. You had the old rules. You had the pre-eroded rules. So
It's like heat stroke. Once you've had one, it's easier to have another. So you're just gonna instantly turn into a rock.
a rock.
Oh, ugh.
Okay.
You've been listening to Roll for Combat 3-Ring Adventure, a Pathfinder actual play podcast. If you have a question or comment for the show, please visit us at rollforcombat.com. You can also find us and play various games on our Discord channel at discord.rollforcombat.com. You've been listening to Roll for Combat. Until next week, always remember, if the GM asks, "Are you sure?" you're already dead.